welcome to Geeking Poetic Podcast.
Where what will go wrong?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geeking Poetic Podcast. We're going to be talking about a movie that we literally just saw minutes ago. Basically, first full day of showing.
Yeah.
What movie is that, Megan?
That would be Captain Marvel.
Or Marvel, for some of
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel. Well, the original was Marvel. She's Captain Marvel.
you. I see they had to fancy it up for the next generation here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in the comic book, when Carol Danvers first becomes the hero, she's Ms. Marvel. And they girlied her up. She had like a little skirt and all
Really?
this stuff. Yeah. It was the 70s, folks. That's the way it went. I loved Ms. Marvel, though. That was like one of the earliest comic books I ever bought was a Ms. Marvel comic book. So I was really happy that they were doing this movie. And you remember even back when we went and saw, and we reviewed on this channel, we went and saw Infinity War. And the little reveal at the end with the pager, and you guys were like, okay,
What the hell's that?
what the fuck does that mean? And I was like, yeah, Captain Marvel's coming. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, we're just gonna do a real quick review. We normally will talk for an hour and a half. We just cannot do that tonight. Everybody at home goes, oh, thank God, because it's already like, you know,
Yeah, I will collapse, guys.
it's really late. Yeah. So yeah, here is our geek previews.
There we go.
Our
It's
whole-
been a
It's
while.
been a while.
yeah, it's been a while.
Right.
Geek previews, yeah. So we're back. Well, now it's the season. Now we've got all the movies are going to start coming out. This and all, several superhero movies coming out. We saw previews for some other ones we're going to be talking about.
Frozen 2.
Totally, guys. Seriously. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
I've never seen Frozen 1, but I'm going to guess I'm going to like Frozen 2 better.
because it's a
Yeah.
sequel. I will like.
Maybe.
Maybe you might.
You know what one I'll like better? None of them.
None of them. You didn't give it a try.
Oh, let it go. You see what I did there? We didn't even plan that corny bullshit out.
Well done.
Yeah. We're going to talk to you about this movie a little bit and keep it simple, stupid. And basically, I'm just going to ask you guys, I know we talked a little bit about it walking out. What did you think of Captain Marvel? Vito?
Fucking badass.
Yeah. I had as I was watching this movie, I'm like, I didn't want to talk to Vito while the movie was going on, but I was like, I have a feeling Vito's going to like this movie. I have a feeling this is kind of up his alley.
I don't know shit about Captain Marvel,
Which
Miss
is
Marvel,
better.
whatever. Yeah,
I
so
think
I
it's
had
better
no
that
idea
way.
what this movie was going to be about, and it was awesome. It was so much fun, action-packed. It looked absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of the better Marvel films we've seen, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe because that's we saw it in the Dolby Theater.
Well,
surround.
yeah, we went and saw it in that Dolby Cinema, which is, again, same thing that we went and saw The Predator and all that, and it's so awesome. It costs more.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's so comfortable, and yeah, it's totally worth every penny.
Absolutely.
Before we get into it more, Megan,
I loved it.
good.
Yeah.
That
Loved it.
is
I knew
awesome.
Vito loved it because I looked over and he's like on the edge of his seat.
That's where you know I love a
Vito
movie.
likes it. Vito's digging it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Good. I really liked it. Yeah. I wouldn't say I loved it. And only because putting it up against the other ones that are like ones that I really love. This one, I have to see it again. I'm going to have to see this one a couple more times. I mean, even when
Would you be okay with that?
Yeah. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'd have to see this a couple more times easily because Marvel origin stories are always kind of good, but utilitarian in a way. It's like it exists to get this character out into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And so for that alone, I love it. I'm happy with it because They did a good job, unlike all the freaking detractors out there that started review bombing this movie.
Really?
Oh, you don't know about that?
No.
So here's the thing, and this is why I was really eager for us to do this and get it out right away, is because a lot of people do not like Brie Larson.
Really?
She
Yeah.
did a great job.
She was awesome.
It has nothing to do with her acting. Because people don't like her as a person or don't like some of the things she's saying, a bunch of people went on places like Rotten Tomatoes, and they've just been like doing everything they can to make this bomb. And as we already know how I feel about that when we talked about things like Solo
yeah.
and other things, I hate it when you guys pull that bullshit. We're gonna make her movie bomb. Twerps. Just stop. Stop ruining it for us nerds out here that just want to enjoy some good old throwback 90s style superhero, shoot 'em up, punch 'em up, lasers, funny looking aliens movies. And that's what we got with this.
I
Exactly
love
what we
the
got.
90s references in this
Oh, that was
movie.
amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, Vito, why don't you tell us, like, what was, since you love this movie so much, what were, like, your favorite aspects of this?
The spaceship dogfighting scenes,
Yeah.
because I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Well, I thought when they were doing, like, especially towards the end, and, oh, folks, there's going to be some spoilers with this, so I'll put it on the screen, and it says spoilers, so if you don't freaking know by now, there's going to be spoilers, but when I saw that dogfight going on over the desert and I was like, Independence Day!
Yeah, for sure. I got Independence Day and Star Wars vibe.
Yeah, definitely
Some
Star
of
Wars.
the sound effects of the ships kind of remind me of Star Wars a lot.
Yeah, I
But
could see
not
that.
in a bad way, I would say.
Right. But anyway, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
I love
agree.
seeing Blockbuster in the movie because I used to
Blockbuster
live
Video.
I used to live at Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
I love seeing the Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition arcade game in the background. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I really like the ships when they would portal in with their, like, it wasn't a light drive. I don't know what they were using, but it turned into like this honeycomb thing.
Yeah.
And you went through
Right.
it.
That was a cool
really
effect.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, this had a very sci-fi vibe to it. 90s.
Yes.
Blockbuster movie sci-fi vibe to it. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, this is a Vito movie. Like, not in a bad way. I know sometimes we tease about that, but no, I was just like, oh yeah, okay, it's that kind of movie. So,
Kind of has a little of everything for everybody.
yeah,
It seemed like
Yeah.
yeah.
something for you, something for me, something for you.
Absolutely it did. I think it's one
We're
of
all
the,
happy.
Yeah, I think it's a good, and I think in general, not just for us, but people in general, I like that. I like when they make a good balance of action, comedy, some drama, some darkness, all that kind of stuff. Although this movie didn't have too much darkness, they kept it on the lighter side.
That's what we needed right now.
Yeah, I know some people. Yeah, I mean, I know some people have been like a little that I've seen already have been a little critical, saying, "Oh, it's just felt kind of light and simple coming, after Infinity War and between Endgame." But I'm like, dude, it needed to.
And it wasn't so over the top like Ant-Man versus Wasp or whatever, where that was. I love that movie, and we all did, but that was over the top.
That's a
neither.
flat out comedy.
Yeah, so
That's a flat out comedy.
the comedy in this movie was a lot more subtle.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene when they have to play back the audio recording,
And they're-
and they're all just looking at it, and then Captain Marvel goes,
What's happening?
"Yeah, it's loading."
Yeah, because it's a freaking computer from the mid '90s. So
And the little alien look. that he
yeah,
did.
the aliens just being like, "Oh yeah, this sucks." Yeah, they made good use of their '90s references and stuff like that. Soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
The soundtrack in this movie, much like Guardians of the Galaxy, where their thing is like 70s and early 80s like songs and stuff that works for that concept. This is 90s. And holy cow, man, they had to pay a lot of money.
I'm sure. They had garbage.
Dude, they
Doubt.
had Nirvana, Hole, No Doubt, REM,
Yeah.
like wow, a lot of like early hip hop stuff and everything. I mean, like all the biggest, top 40 of the 90s kind of list stuff. And I don't know if you folks know this, but we know a little bit about this from being in the music business, but licensing music like that, not that we know anything about successful music, but those kind of things, licensing a Nirvana song is not cheap. So they went all out. And I thought that the actual score for the movie was perfect.
Yeah.
It felt like that 1995 summer blockbuster kind of score. Like it was great. Meg, what about you? I mean, what were the things that really stood out to you?
I love the throwback. I love the dial-up. They did that a couple of times. The dial-up scenes, waiting on the dial-up to go.
Yeah.
I love Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
and his introduction, and just the way he played it. He was amazing.
Yeah.
Him and that freaking cat.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I love I can't remember what they're called, the green alien guys.
The Skrull.
The Skrull.
Yeah.
I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have we seen the Skrull before in movies?
Well, the interesting thing about Skrulls, see, these guys aren't really.
We don't know Jack.
If you haven't watched other Marvel stuff we've done, they're not really versed that much in Marvel, other than like the MCU, a little bit of like
That's what we've seen.
TV and cartoons a little bit. I know you like old cartoons and stuff, but like I'm the comic book guy, so but keeping it simple again, Skrulls. I mean, the Kree-Skrull War is a very famous storyline that's, I think, originated in the late 60s, early 70s and stuff. And the interesting thing is that Skrulls are considered, like, horrible. I mean, Skrulls are the bad guys. You know, the Kree are not beyond reproach, but Kree are not, they're more, on the side of right and everything. And I love that they, again, spoilers, I love that they twisted that around. Mm-hmm. I love that they made the Skrulls more sympathetic, because for me it would have been too predictable, being the comic book guy, to go, well, I know everything's going to happen and all this stuff. And yeah, I loved it. I
really liked that twist that they had. I didn't know what it was, but that was awesome.
It's awesome now that we know.
Well, but they did make it like a twist, because in this first part of the movie, for the almost the first hour or so of the movie, you think the Skrulls are the bastards,
Yeah.
But then they do that awesome twist and everything, and it's like, oh, okay. And when they did that, that was getting into, if you don't mind, getting into what I liked about the movie.
Go for it.
I liked that. I liked the way they reinterpreted the whole story, which they've done with just about everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's very different from the comic books, with just enough important things kept the same. To me, they made the Skrulls more interesting than I ever really found them interesting. Which, I mean, Skrulls have been in in Marvel Comics, almost since day one, because that's an early Fantastic Four nemesis and stuff. Skrulls have been around a long time. Yeah, I loved all the references and stuff. I like that they made it humorous and goofy and referential and stuff, kind of like they do in Guardians, but not taking it to that extreme.
It's not as over the top. I think it's just right.
Right.
The comedy in it. I personally really enjoyed it.
And I love that they showed just enough of how powerful Captain Marvel is, how powerful Carol is, because the thing is like, for you guys out there that are like, well, is she gonna? Do we need another hero in the story now? But it's like, dude,
they all dead.
Well,
they're all dead. Yes, anyway. We need more.
Well, we do need another hero. But my point is, I mean, we've seen all these great heroes, and they all got bested in the end by Thanos. And it's like, what's this? And it's like, no. I don't know what they're gonna do. I can't just assume that Captain Marvel's gonna come in and just turn Thanos' world on its head. But she's really badass. Thor's super powerful. Iron Man, Captain America, they're tough. But Captain Marvel And you kind of got a hint of that then at the end when she finally first really manifests and
turns
figures
into
it
the
out.
Phoenix.
Yeah, basically turns into Phoenix. Yeah, well, you know, that's a whole other property there, you know. But yeah, I really am excited, and I guess that's the thing where I wouldn't necessarily say this movie is an instant favorite. I'm really happy. What? Man.
It is over here. I don't know
Yeah,
about you.
this side of the table.
Well, we'll get into that. But okay, so I mean, me for this movie, a strong like. Why are you laughing at me?
Because that's weak, man.
Yeah.
No, it's a really strong like. It's just a little bit below love.
So you wouldn't smash that like button if you had to on this one.
Yeah, I'd smash a like button
Yeah.
on it, but I wouldn't be like.
You wouldn't heart it though. You know when you can hold like on Facebook and it give the options to.
Let's put it this way.
Just give it a thumbs up.
Considering the movies that I have that are in my top 5, which I can't list because we're going to be talking about that real soon, so I don't want to give anything away, but considering the ones, there's such stiff competition in there in the top 5, I'd need to see it again. But here's what I was going to say. Depending on what happens in Endgame, it might make me retroactively go back and change something. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was good enough that the potential is there, but I'm just not there yet. But, Megan, what about you?
Top 5.
Wow. Okay.
No question. I loved it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Good.
I don't know where in
Vito.
my top 5, but.
Top 5 for sure for you. Vito?
Top 5.
All right. Well.
Right.
Yep. We're not sure where in the top 5 just yet, but
It's there.
it's there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where this would rank for me yet in the scheme of things. I got to see it again. But, so now here's my other question. I know it's kind of hard to make this choice right now, but if you guys had to pick, who would you say was your favorite character in the movie? Because the obvious answer, I think, for a lot of people and for me would be Nick Fury, because Samuel L. Jackson does kind of steal the show.
Yeah, he
like-
kills it in this one.
It's amazing.
It's
I
really
loved
good.
him.
But I really like Brie Larson as Carol Danvers. I really like the way she portrayed it. I wasn't sure. I like Brie Larson as an actress. I like her in other things she's done and everything, but she can have a tendency to be unlikable. And I don't mean Brie Larson's unlikable, but the way the character is.
plays stuff.
She tends to play some real angsty characters. Yeah, you know, United States of Terror, you know, that sort of thing. And so I was like, and there is that feisty pain in the assedness of her in this movie, but they acknowledge that, like, it's, and I don't think it's overly so, you know, like, I don't think she overdoes it and stuff. And yeah, and then especially by the end, yeah, I'm sold. I'm all in on Brie Larson as
Captain Marvel.
my Captain Marvel, so I'm good with that. What about you guys?
I loved everybody.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time thinking of a character I
Didn't
didn't like.
right? Yeah.
It was cast
Obvious-
really well.
Yeah. I liked the little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked
that
her
relationship
mom.
with that whole 3 relationship thing that they had was really
I
good.
really enjoyed that. I loved the cat.
Goose was awesome.
The
Yeah.
goose, yeah. I love the green guys, the scroll.
Yeah.
Scroll.
The Skrulls. Yeah.
Skrulls.
Yeah, scroll.
The bad guys. Can't think of what they're called. The Kree.
The Kree.
The Kree. They
Yeah.
were pretty cool. They were bad, but they were cool too.
I thought the blue-faced Kree chick was really awesome.
She was fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I wish we had more of her, like, fighting and stuff, but...
Right. Yeah, you know what? I know, again, getting back to what I was talking about in the beginning, I know that some people were very snooty about the whole, like, you know, female power aspect to this and everything. Man, I liked it. I really liked it. I would anyway, but I wouldn't have a problem with that anyway, but my point is I think the way they did it, it didn't feel...
It wasn't forced down your throat. Like,
No.
I'm a woman, watch me kick ass. It's just like, no, she's a badass and she's kicking ass.
And-
Like,
Yeah, it seemed to me like some of the music they chose backed that up.
Right.
It's like the music is like badass women.
Yeah.
I think my one complaint I might have, and it's not really a complaint, is when the big fight scene, I can't remember what song it was now.
Just a Girl?
Just a Girl. I liked where they went with it. I liked the idea of it. I didn't feel like it felt the fight scene.
Right.
It didn't feel right with that fight scene.
You know what?
That was my biggest complaint.
That's valid, because it's just... That fight scene is really badass, because that's when she first...
Like jumping all over the place, and it was insane, and I just didn't feel like that song fit that scene at all.
I agree. If I could do one change there, along those...
song in there.
I would have taken Celebrity Skin by Hole, that they used for the end credits. I would have put Celebrity Skin over the fight scene, because that song's so much more like... badass bitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I would have maybe used Just a Girl for the credits scene, you know what I mean, to kind of tie it all together. But you know, it's not a major thing. It didn't ruin the scene for me or anything like that. But I did think that I was like, oh, it's
a little odd.
That was an odd choice, yeah.
I get it. I thought it was a cool concept. It didn't fit it for me at all.
Yeah, that's valid. Is that really your only... Is that... Yeah, so...
That is seriously my only complaint.
I was saying, any complaints, any kind of things you guys would be like, you know, maybe they could have done this different, or...
At no point in the movie I felt like, oh, really? Or, that was okay. I felt great throughout the whole thing, so I don't think I would change anything at this point.
I thought it was paced well. There was a couple of moments where things slowed down and got kind of chill. Typical Marvel... thing, you know, there's always that scene where they wind up at somebody's house or somebody's cabin or at somebody's reclusive area where everybody kind of chills, and this had that scene when Carol goes to her friend's to Rambeau's house. In the comic books, at one point, a temporary kind of successor for the Captain Marvel role or hero job, whatever, was a young black woman. With hair like that and everything.
Well, it seemed...
Kind of setting it up.
In the kitchen, or the dining room or whatever, when they were all around the table, and Nick Fury said something, and she goes, Captain Marvel was like, you don't know, she could be.
She could make a spaceship and end up the...
Yep.
Seems
like they were setting her up for something.
And that could be really cool. That could even be something that shows up in like an alternate timeline thing in Endgame, since we know timelines and all that are going to get timey-wimey in Endgame.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for her.
So, of course I would have liked more of everything. I would have liked even more of Carol's backstory shown, and not just so PC, you know, like so little bits and pieces.
Some of the flashback stuff was frustrating because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah. And then after I figured it out, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Maybe I didn't know if we see it again.
Right, yeah. Because I didn't know if those memories were implanted or what was going on.
Well, but I think that was the point. I think that they wanted you to think at first that it was implanted by the Skrulls and everything, but, you know, it wasn't. But yeah, it would have been cool to see a little bit more, and not even just that, but a little bit more of even her own backstory after she had been taken to the Kree planet, Hala and everything, and taken there and trained and all this. I mean, I guess they gave us enough to be able to get it, but it's one of those movies that if somebody told me, like, oh yeah, they're coming out with a Blu-ray with an extra 35 minutes, I'd be like, yes, I'm down. Like, that could be awesome to see it more fleshed out. While it's completely different in tone, I'm sure, from Endgame, and definitely was different from Infinity War, this made me more excited now, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for Endgame.
Especially that end scene.
And then, we'll end it on our own end scene, when, again, big spoiler is she does show up face-to-face with some of the remaining Avengers.
Was it Captain America?
Rhodey, War
Black
Machine,
Widow.
Black Widow, and Hulk, right? Yes.
Yeah, Hulk was there.
Well, not as Hulk. Bruce Banner was there, because we still don't know what the hell's going on with Hulk. Yeah. But, so he's got, he's got some Hulk dysfunction still, as far as we know, so we'll...
Maybe Captain Marvel zap it out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, it could, yeah. Zap 'em.
Knock it off.
Exactly. Just she's got those what was it like
Fire
proton
fist,
proton power fists or whatever. Maybe she just zapped him right in his Hulk dong and like fucking boom, like he's like Hulk good again, you know, like
Hulk strong.
yeah, Hulk strong, lady. Oh, I'm sorry.
You know better.
Yeah, just being dumb. But anyway, yeah. So that was exciting and that was perfect because for all the sort of so-called lightheartedness of its 90s action adventure feel, it then ended back on the note of very serious note post snap, you know, and everything, and very dark, and then just the tone was so different that it was like, okay, there's where it ties it together, you know. Yeah, dug it, man. Definitely gonna go see this again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This would probably be a Blu-ray buy for me as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Boy, you guys are really hating on me because I really liked it. Well, then there you go. You buy it right away and I can borrow it. So.
And never give it back for 7 years.
Man, I know. I gave you your Superman DVDs back, okay? You got them now. It only took a decade.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, in all seriousness, folks, it's a great movie. Don't listen to the detractors and the naysayers who are picking on this movie for the wrong reasons and stuff. You know, don't expect it to be a Captain America Civil War type movie or an Infinity War type movie. It's not. It ain't that kind of party. Don't expect it to have that kind of gritty darkness and everything, you know. But it's not. You know,
it's not goofy, over the top. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dude, Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome. Oh, that was cool to see Ronan the Accuser again, too. He was the bad guy from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Yeah, so you'd know that if you actually watched that movie and gave it a chance.
I tell you what was cool was the Stan Lee cameo in this movie.
Yeah,
how awesome was that?
Let's bring that up. Yeah, at the very beginning and everything. Well, there's the cameo on the bus when he's there's. I mean, I don't want to ruin it for anybody in case people watch it. There's a really cool, real quick cameo, but you know, if you're a Stan Lee fan and if you're a fan of Kevin Smith, there's a great cameo there that we got very excited about. Yeah. And they did a really tasteful tribute to Stan Lee.
That was really nice.
At the beginning, and it was like...
Got a round of applause in the theater.
Yeah, people applauded it, and I went, cool.
Good.
Right, good. We're starting this movie tonight on the right note with people being positive, you know. Yeah, give it a chance. Give it a chance. If you're ready for a throwback, rollicking... Give it a chance. Just give it a chance. If you're ready for a rollicking... old school, good superhero kind of spacey fight, whatever, funny. It's got everything in there. You know, I think you're going to dig it. Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Would you say this is a blockbuster hit? For you?
I reserve blockbuster smash hit for stuff that's not as well received. I do it more of a funny kind of way.
Okay,
see.
But if your Blockbuster was still open, would this be like a, hey, it's coming out to rent next week, like I should go put my name on the list and everything so I can make sure I have it for when I have like beers and pizza this weekend?
It's definitely when I went to go see Blockbuster, I knew the guy behind the counter. I would tell him, put my name down, you know who I am, I'm going to get this movie when it comes out the first day, and he would save it for me, obviously.
And folks, that's just about as good of an endorsement for this movie as you're going to get, because Vito loved his Blockbuster video.
I still sometimes will watch the Blockbuster training videos that they have on YouTube, and before you facepalm, I believe that the girl from the Langoliers, Nosehold, she is in the Blockbuster training videos. I swear to God, it's her. I'm telling you, it's got to be her.
You should Google her and find out.
I never know. Wow.
One of life's mysteries.
Yeah. On that note, I think we've geeked poetically about this long enough.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all thumbs up all the way around from us. So Go see Captain Marvel. Support it. Make sure it's successful so we get more good Marvel movies. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I got no drink, but I'll cheers you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend $10 on a fucking drink.
Hey, but look, she's on the cup. I had to get it. And it's
We're
yummy.
still milking it.
Yeah, we're milking it. All right. We'll be back soon, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you leave comments and likes and all that stuff. Subscribe. Hit that damn bell and everything. And, yeah, let us know what you thought, and be cool about it. Don't be a dope, because we're just going to make fun of you if you are.
See that 90s reference, don't be a dope?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, where'd you get that behavior from? I got it from you, Dad! Remember those old PSA commercials?
How about a chicken? You're a turkey.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.